guys more money to get in the ring with him because nobody would get in the ring.
Cain Velasquez is a beast. He's currently the UFC heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
He lost
he
the
beat
belt,
Brock.
and he got it back.
Yep.
So he's a two-time champion. That guy is the #1 heavyweight in the world right now. So, I mean, it's no shame to losing to that guy.
No.
No shame at all.
I mean, Brock did defend the title. He did,
He's a working champion.
He is.
Brock's a working champion.
I mean, I'm hoping Cena don't get it back. And if he does, Night of Champions, my boy is Seth Rollins. Cash in that money in the bank and curb stomp him.
That would be nice. Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think Cena will break Ric Flair's record for World Championship?
I hope not.
The amount of times I'm sure he's going to tie it, but remember, he's a 15-time champion now. He's also a 15-time loser.
This is true.
He's lost the belt. I should say he's lost the belt 15 times. He's won it 15 and lost it 15.
What do you think?
It's inevitable that he's gonna. That's just because they keep, he keeps getting the belt back and back and back and back and.
It's time to fade Cena out of the picture. I mean, the one guy that, I know they're holding him back for WrestleMania 31, Roman Reigns.
This is true. That's the rumor that there's going to be Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar.
Roman Reigns is a beast, and I think he should be champion a lot sooner. But
I mean, people are hoping he's going to be the next guy, that he's going to be the guy that takes Cena's spot. But I have a theory about that.
Okay.
Did you guys see WrestleMania 6?
Yep.
Yes.
With Hogan versus the Warrior.
Yes.
When those two wrestled each other, Vince McMahon's idea was to make Warrior their new #1 guy. The flip-flop it. Hogan becomes #2, Warrior becomes #1. And the way to do that was to beat Hogan cleanly, which the Warrior did.
Yes, he did.
Now, in my opinion, does Roman Reigns have to beat Brock Lesnar to be the guy? Does he have to beat John Cena to be the guy?
It depends on. I guess that would depend on how you want to look at it. Because technically, John Cena is the #1 face of the company, and Ric Flair is always, no matter which scenario you look at, Ric Flair's always said, in order to be the man, you have to beat the man. But if you're looking at it from a title aspect, Brock Lesnar would be the man to be the guy. But just because you're holding the gold doesn't necessarily make you the guy.
I mean, we've seen that time again. I mean, actually, CM Punk's first title reign, he was the champion, but he wasn't the guy.
Right.
No.
So.
I mean, it took a while for Punk's reputation to go up and become the guy. Once he became, I like Punk better when he was with Heyman.
Oh yeah, that was his best stuff in my opinion.
That was the best. I mean, other than before that, I liked when he got on Triple H's nerves.
Now here's another interesting thought too that I've noticed, and I've talked to a lot of fans about this. If you look at the crowd reactions, Roman Reigns is getting good crowd reactions.
Yep.
But Dean Ambrose is getting even better crowd reactions.
And he's not winning as many good matches either.
Exactly. Well, he's doing the movie right now for
Right.
WWE, but he's going to come back probably in a couple of weeks. Now, here's the question. Let's say from now in September all the way to January, February, if Dean Ambrose is still getting bigger crowd reactions than Roman Reigns, do you make Dean Ambrose the guy to fight Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and not Roman Reigns?
I kind of want to see, in my personal opinion, I wouldn't mind seeing a kind of switcheroo here. Not even John Cena or Brock Lesnar. Let's say John Cena does win the belt, Night of Champions. Seth Rollins cashes it in, holds it. Why not triple threat Shield members WrestleMania?
That would be beautiful.
The Shield tape.
That would be beautiful.
Why not? Roman Reigns has his individuality. Dean Ambrose, let's say he wins the Rumble. Not saying most likely it's going to be Daniel Bryan because he's going to come back with a yes, yes, yes. They're going to set it up for him to win most likely. But
you know what's funny?
I would like to see the three Shield guys go at it. Triple threat.
The panel, we sit here and we complain about like how WWE overplays certain feuds and certain rivalries. This thing with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, I don't care how many times you see it, it doesn't get old because they're always switching it up.
Just like how when it was like the Shield versus the Wyatts, it was good no matter what.
Yeah.
And that always stole the show.
Well, I'm a big Wyatt. I've been a big Wyatt guy since I set foot in the WWE.
Yes.
Not when he was Husky Harris though. Husky Harris gimmick was not.
I mean, it's funny because I thought Rollins versus Ambrose was the best match on the SummerSlam card.
Yes.
Yes.
And then I figured when they wrestled next night on Raw, I figured how are they going to top this, and they topped it.
They certainly
That's
did.
my pick for match of the year, their Raw match.
Pablo and I were at the Money in the Bank when it came to Boston. This
Okay.
past Money in the Bank.
I was-
That was unbelievable.
I know, it was sad that John Cena won though, it was sad.
Yeah, it was funny, because Cena got out, he had half the audience cheering from him, the other half of the audience was like, whatever.
You know what stunk about that main event for me is that WWE spoiled it a week before because they leaked the DVD cover to SummerSlam,
Yep.
which was Lesnar and Cena.
Mhm.
So you knew Cena was going to win. And I thought that was real
I was
disappointing.
kinda really
Yeah.
hoping Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, I wanted Roman Reigns to win, but Cena, did his thing and 15-time champion.
Because in my eyes, I mean, even when the show began, Roman Reigns always bailed them out. In my eyes, Roman Reigns was the leader, not Seth Rollins and not Dean Ambrose.
Oh no, I agree with that. I'd agree with that. But do you think John Cena wins this Sunday?
I hope not. I have a feeling, most likely, knowing Triple H,
He's been creative.
they're going to let him win. But I'm hoping Seth Rollins, if he doesn't get beaten bad enough by Roman Reigns, he comes out, cashes Money in the Bank, hits John Cena over the head with the briefcase, hands it to the ref, and pins him.
Which is kind of funny, because all the reports that I'm reading, they're all saying Roman Reigns is not ready for a title match. I think he's way beyond ready for a title match.
I
Really?
think
Yeah.
they're holding him
I think
way too much.
They're holding him back just a little bit too long, I think.
I think I really do like Roman Reigns, and I like what they're doing with him. I think he needs a few more moves. Because when I watch his matches, I mean, he has the apron kick,
Yep.
Mhm.
the Superman punch.
Yep.
But he does an awful lot of clotheslines. Clothesline after clothesline after clothesline. And I remember just his match on this past SmackDown. I was just, after the show, I was like, let me rewind this and just count. He threw 11 clotheslines in that
look, it's-
match.
Cena's got supposedly 5 moves of death, but they
Five.
listed one of them twice.
He has 5 moves of doom. Cena has 5 moves of doom, but Roman Reigns, I hate saying this, he doesn't even have 5 moves right now.
But he's still a thousand better than John Cena.
Oh no, of course he does. Of course he does. But I think he needs to. I think he needs to add 1 or 2 more moves.
Oh, I agree.
Oh yeah, if he throws a couple more moves.
I think Roman Reigns got the best
I
spear.
mean, there's the spear, Superman punch, the apron kick, but
Samoan.
I mean, I think 2 more.
Which he invented, I think, the apron kick. I heard somewhere that he had invented the apron kick.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And I've never seen it done anywhere else, which is a
What do you-
phenomenal move.
What do you think about R. Ziggler?
R. Ziggler, I loved that
You
match.
would have to bring him back up. wouldn't
I
you?
loved how they tried twin magic. The referee
That
was
was
like,
so
"What are
awesome.
you doing? Like, stop it! Like, just,
Well,
just
I
stop."
mean, they already did Mizdow. You might as well do R. Ziggler.
Yes.
It had nothing to do with. I mean, it's better than Damien Sandow coming out as Paul Revere.
I do like the fact though that they're bringing out Sandow's more vicious side, like when he first started out.
Mhm.
That I do like.
He's a local guy, by the way.
Yes, who trained through
Chaotic.
trained through my teacher, the late
Sandow?
great
I didn't know
Kowalski.
that.
Oh yeah, Sandow was
Yeah.
was the last student to come out of Kowalski.
Wow. The only one I'm getting disappointed with WWE is they could have done more. They could be doing more about Dallas.
Yeah, it looks like they've lost all faith in him.
Well, they
because-
kind of let him get his butt kicked now. It's not right.
Yeah.
It's not right.
Punishment.
I have a theory. I have a theory that Zim Coulter's going to turn on Jack Swagger and join Bo Dallas.
I hope so. Or Swagger actually does start to pull leave.
Yeah, because face managers usually don't last very long.
No.
We've all seen that go
they
down.
don't. They don't.
There's a reason why the heels have
all,
the managers.
all managers are mean at heart.
And I'm hoping on.
Hi, Mom.
Also, kind of interested in the. I call them the Cosmic Connection, Stardust and Goldust. I've been a big Uso fan, but I think it's time for them to drop the belts. And I'm kind of hoping the Cosmic Connection is what I call them. Win the belts.
I can go either way. I mean, I could see the Usos holding the belts a little longer, but if Stardust and Goldust won the belts, I wouldn't complain at all. They've been a very good team, and I think you could trade the belts back and forth between those two.
I think it's
I
great
mean,
that.
they have great matches all the time.
I think it's great that they're vicious though now.
Yeah, now they're heel.
How about the Divas? You know, normally we don't like the Divas matches on this, but this thing with Paige and AJ,
And now it's a triple threat match.
now it's a exactly.
Paige, AJ, and
I'm
I
hoping
think
AJ
Bella.
retains
Yep.
the belt back. They need to keep the belt with AJ. She's got a lot of talent. You know,
I mean, I think the same thing about Paige. I like her as the champion. Her first time as champion, in my opinion, wasn't that good because she kept winning match after match after match, but if you noticed, the fans didn't react to her besides that her debut. The fans didn't react to her because she had no character. No one knew who she was. Okay, yeah, she's a pale white wrestler from England with the belts, but who is she? Now we know who she is. She's a sarcastic B word,
Yep.
and people can get into that now because they know what she's all about. So she's getting more of a reaction this time, and she's an excellent wrestler. Excellent wrestler.
Does a great job of marketing.
I'm not too crazy about
Yep.
Paige.
You don't like Paige?
No.
I think she puts the Black Widow on a little better than AJ. You wanna know? the
Oh,
truth?
she's an excellent. I mean, I think
don't
she's
know.
a better
I
wrestler.
think AJ's better athletic wise.
Oh, I disagree. I disagree. But AJ's no slouch either.
No, AJ is
He's
AJ
no
by
slouch.
no means is a slouch.
I
Yeah.
mean, I like the only reason I'm worried about that match is that Nikki Bella. She's not that good of a wrestler.
Yeah,
sorry.
I
Neither
really
is
like her
Bree, to
either.
be quite
No,
honest.
neither one are that good. But
I think those two need to just be released.
I mean, they should just. I mean, well, I agree. Yes, they should. Be.
Repackage their character. Send them back
But when you're
to.
dating John Cena and Daniel Bryan, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless they cheat on one of them.
Now, I don't wanna come off sounding like a sexist pig or anything, but I think Bree should just go home and take care of Daniel until he comes back, and then manage Daniel, and stay out of the ring altogether.
You are a sexist pig.
Thank you.
Okay.
I didn't wanna come off that way, but just.
Oh, yes, you did,
But-
Sebastian. You can't help yourself.
No, well, we were just saying that the Bella twins, not very talented, so she
Right.
should just go back home and wait for Daniel to come back and be his manager,
This-
or his valet, you know.
The scary thing is, I can see Nikki winning the belt. I
Oh.
don't want her to win it, but I can see her winning the belt.
Stephanie's gonna make sure
Opportunist.
she wins it.
Yeah, exactly. AJ and Paige will probably battle it out, and then Nikki will sneak in there somehow with a small package or a roll up. And
Or Stephanie will come
That's-
in there and
I hate to
interfere.
say it,
Exactly.
I hate to say it, but I
Yeah.
agree with, I can see.
I don't
that.
want that. Trust me, folks at home. I do not want Nikki Bella to become the Divas
Because-
champion, but I think that's what's going to happen. Because
Because
I think they want to build a Brie versus Nikki for the title. I think that's what they want to do.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen, but I think it will.
Just
What do you
knowing-
think?
And I'm hoping. Yeah,
I can see it happen, especially with the build-up they've been having between Brie and Nikki. I mean, I don't see them not giving her the belt just to build them up for the next.
I'm
Yeah.
kind of hoping the U.S.
I hope not.
Championship. Kind of hoping Sheamus loses it. I think Cesaro.
Cesaro
the
deserves
champ.
it.
Cesaro definitely deserves the belt. He's been working his ass off. Can I say ass?
Yeah, that's fine.
He just
Okay,
did.
he's been working his ass off all year, and he deserves a title run.
I mean, I was kind of disappointed when they broke him and Heyman up because I saw something there, but whatever.
I don't know, that US title seems to have lost its,
Spark.
yeah,
Yeah,
it used to mean something, but now I don't think it really means as much
Well,
anymore.
I think the same can be said for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, that's
Well, I
true.
kind of hope Dolph Ziggler wins, but I know, unfortunately, The Miz is gonna probably get it back.
Yeah, he's gonna use Mizdow to do it.
Maybe our Ziggler will come in.
Oh, I think so, but somehow, I think our Ziggler is gonna get knocked out, and The Miz is gonna end up retaining the title.
Here's the real question: who is the better Ziggler, Dolph or R-Truth?
Dolph.
I hate to say it, our Truth is the better
Oh
Ziggler.
my goodness!
I mean,
He's a better Ziggler
Oh,
than Dolph Ziggler, man.
That was an awesome match. I think I watched that match 3 times.
I mean, I do. You know, our truth. I mean, they took a lot away from him. I mean, he was big in TNA, and then they kind of
yeah,
took
former
everything
world
away from
champion.
him. Yep.
Hey, it just dawned on me. It just clicked in.
Oh, you gotta get closer.
It just clicked in. They're doing now to R-Truth what they've been doing to Sandow for months. Giving him different characters. Now they're giving Sandow different characters to goof up his image. I think they're gonna do that with R-Truth. Of course, I remember when he was K-Quick.
Yep.
Back in the
Okay,
independent
quick,
circuit.
yes.
Well, plus he teamed up with Road Dogg on SmackDown a few times.
Yep.
Yep.
They were a tag team, yeah.
I could see them going that way with R-Truth and, as Mr. Fuzi would call him, very uncreative.
WWE
WWE
uncreative.
uncreative.
Well, there was that special Raw when they teased the little Jimmy, and Jimmy Hart came out, and that.
He is little Jimmy. I don't care who you put him next to, he's still little Jimmy.
This
I
is
know,
true.
but I was kind of hoping Jimmy Hart was gonna come out and maybe manage him, but unfortunately that didn't happen.
Something that very few people might know about Jimmy Hart is that not only was he a great manager, not so great wrestler, but a great manager, he was also a singer for the group The Gentrys. As a matter of fact,
Yep.
I didn't know if you knew
I
that.
heard that,
Yeah,
yes.
He was also rumored to be the fifth Beatle, but that was a bunch of bunk. There was no five Beatles. Anyway, but yeah, where were we? We were talking about Page, the tag team titles, the U.S. title.
Intercontinental we talked
Oh,
about.
no, don't forget Rusev versus Mark Henry.
A battle of the two big guys.
I'd like to see Rusev, but I know Mark Henry's gonna win it.
I'm a Rusev guy.
I'm a recent person.
Yeah, I'm going with Rusev. I mean, I would like to see Mark Henry win it, but because I haven't been, like, 1 minute I'm very impressed with Rusev, the next minute I'm not. And it's not because of his talent, it's because of, like, they're uncreative.
Mhm.
You know, they
Yep.
just don't really do much of them. I mean, I think the Russian thing is getting
I
old
think they need
already.
to wipe out his manager real quick.
They still have faith in him. I think they're building Rusev for something bigger along the line, and I think that's why he'll probably win at Night of Champions.
I
a good
I just
observation.
think Mark Henry's gonna squish him.
I hope so, but I have my doubts.
What do you think of what he did to Zeb Coulter? Kicked him in the face a few weeks back.
Oh yeah, I mean that was a very stiff kick right
That
there.
was shocking.
I would have thought that would have gotten a little more flack just from what JBL had said, kicking somebody's grandfather in the face.
Oh yeah.
You know, that's, but I guess that didn't get us nearly as much flack as I thought they were gonna get.
Well, the same time that happened, I think that's the episode where Swagger dropped the flag, and it's that big no-no to have the flag, the U.S. flag, on the floor. So I think that's what took away
Probably.
from it.
I can go with that.
What do you think of other news that I got? What do you think about Dixie signing Brodus Clay?
She can have him. She can have him. I
I
Never
like
was
him
a
as
Brodus-
a Funkasaurus. It's the only way I really like him.
never was a Funkasaurus Brodus Clay guy. I never really could get into
You know,
his character.
Before he came to WWE, when he was being, billed for debuting, they built him up in commercials as if he was this like powerhouse and everything, and then he comes up with that.
Well, I mean, he is a powerhouse, and he originally started out as Wade Barrett's bodyguard, but the way they build him,
Del Rio's bodyguard.
Del Rio's bodyguard, that's right, Del Rio's bodyguard. But the way they build him as, a bigger version of Taz, a human wrecking machine. He didn't work out that way.
Well, I've actually talked to a few people that know a few things about the locker room, and he is known for having a bad attitude, and he's very difficult to work with. So, I mean, usually, from what I've always been told, is he takes one step forward, like politically in the locker room as well as creatively when they want to use him. And as far as being in favor with the company and the executives, he takes one step forward and takes two steps back. Like he has a bad attitude. A lot of people don't like working with him. Actually, it was a couple of years ago. He was actually going to debut on Raw as this, badass guy that you were talking about, and he was actually going to end John Morrison's career. That was going to be John Morrison's last night in the company. And that was the idea. Brodus Clay debuts, and he wrestles John Morrison, and he puts him through 1,000,000 tables, and then John Morrison's never seen again, and you have this new established monster. However, for some reason, Brodus Clay thought it was wise to say on Twitter, hey, tonight I end John Morrison's career. And he basically gave away the script. So they were very upset.